Chapter 11, The Third Bolt. Looking at game analytics, Alex was shocked by the numbers he was seeing. Minecraft. 795 games sold, $15,900. Available for withdrawal, $9,500. Average time played, 7 hours. Peak of simultaneous players, 586. Total earned on servers sold, $156. In just one day Minecraft had sold almost 500 units. That was an astronomical number that Alex didn't even dare imagine before. He thought that because of the multiplayer mode launch, the game could probably sell 100 more copies in one day, breaking the previous record, but who would have thought that in just one day the game had sold nearly 200% of the total copies it sold? He had. These players are apparently very satisfied, as these new sales are likely to have come from players convincing friends to buy, or players making live stream about the game. Alex tried to deduce where so many sales came from. But that's not something completely incomprehensible. After all, I also only decided to play Minecraft the first time because my friends convinced me in my previous world. These players are probably the same too. They may have seen Minecraft videos and live streams, but because they felt it was very different and complex they may have avoided starting to play the game, but when they found they could play with friends who could teach they decided to buy soon. Alex thought. And probably the most basic game modes available from Hypixel can greatly influence these people's choice, as Hunger Games and Build Battle were games that anyone could play. Not to mention that launching Build Battle mode had greatly encouraged these players to enter Hypixel, as I hadn't yet added Creative mode in Minecraft Vanilla, so the only place these players could pick up blocks infinite and building things freely was there. For people who liked more creative skills, this seemed perfect, making everyone feel happy with this new update. Alex thought of things he could do with the money from Minecraft sales, but for now he decided to just let it accumulate a few points before he could cash out and do some other update for Minecraft. For now, the hype around the game was enough to make sales remain constant. Probably those sales that happened today were just a peak, and from tomorrow it would start to fall again until it stabilized at a lower value, but Alex already was satisfied with these statistics. In a hidden temple in the Himalayas, several monks practiced stick fighting. These people had given up their earthly life in order to serve the master of this temple, at least for a while before they could go back and satisfy their own desires with the things they learned. Some of these people had pure desires, other people in the future would do terrible things against humanity, but all of this was nothing unknown to the master who guarded this place. This master could be known by many names around the world, but his identity was always a secret, and what he could do was never revealed much either. The only thing that all the disciples knew is that the master was very powerful, to the point that hardly anyone on earth would have enough strength to deal with this master who apparently already knew everything. But while people trained and thought their master was omniscient, their master was actually amazed to come across something that even he didn't know. This master was actually a woman. Because of the magic she controlled, her hair had completely fallen out, leaving a smooth shiny bald spot on her head. As much as she had no hair and had lived for hundreds of years, she was still a very beautiful woman. But this beautiful woman was shocked as she held up a necklace made in the shape of an eye that glowed with a green light. What is this? Why can't I see what's changing the timeline so much? She asked herself scared. For some reason, today as she was doing her routine weekly timeline check, something started to change things a lot. Because she couldn't see the cause of this change very well, she could only see fragments of the result of this timeline shift. Fortunately, the changes that were taking place were positive around humanity. People who would once hate each other were starting to change to colleagues or friends. In this new timeline, people who once fought to the death were now apparently reconciling and starting to have fun together. This was unthinkable to her, as she knew it was their destiny to act this way and even fight to the death this way, but for some reason, there was a hidden force controlling things behind the scenes, correcting the timeline of a way that humanity was becoming even stronger than it could have imagined. New N0 Whale chapters are published on N0VE, Pound, I-N, Co-M. Battles that in the future could kill billions of people because of this new timeline were having completely different developments. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? The elder asked herself scared as she saw the timeline being messed up like this. But for some reason, despite using one of the infinity gems, she still couldn't see anything about the being that controlled this change in the timeline. It was as if this being was not part of this universe, but still continued to interfere in a positive way in everything that was happening. Frustrated, the crone continued to use a lot of magic on the Eye of Agamotto to try to uncover at least one clue as to who this being so powerful was that it was changing everything in the timeline, and after spending 80% of her magic power, the crone finally found out. A clue. Minecraft. It was the only word she could pick out of the jumbled timeline she was seeing. This was the thing she saw that had apparently initiated this break in the timeline, shifting into something she didn't recognize. What is Minecraft? She asked herself, confused to see that the name was too simple. Have humans discovered a way to mine other ores and craft new weapons? No, that doesn't seem to be true. Maybe the humans discovered Wakanda and started mining the vibranium from there? It doesn't seem very possible either. She started to formulate numerous hypotheses about this, but in the end she chose the most obvious answer to her question. Google, what is Minecraft? She typed into her computer curiously. Chapter 12, Minecraft is magic. The elder was shocked to see her Google search result. Read updated centuries at nvailbin.com. Minecraft is a magical game. It was her first internet search result, and it was a post on a site called Reddit. Minecraft is a magical game. Hi guys, this is my first time posting something on the game's subreddit. Last night I was bored and started looking for some live streams to kill my boredom, but honestly I was pretty tired of just watching people play shooting games, or war games with Captain America. Seriously, do you only play games like this until today? Anyway, while I was looking for something fun to watch, I saw a live stream of someone I had never seen before. There were 1,000 people watching that live stream of a game called Minecraft. This is a game I have never seen before. Initially I thought it was another boring shooting game, but on thinking about it, the name didn't seem to fit with a shooting game, so I decided to give it a try and watched some of that live stream. That was the best thing I did on my night. The live stream was from a player named Ned the King, which at first I thought was just a random egocentric player, but upon entering the game, I saw a square character building a castle with his bare hands. That man had my respect. He always said that his dream was to be a king, so in that game he had the freedom to build a castle and fulfill the little dream he had, something that moved me a little. But what really surprised me is that I initially thought what I was seeing was some kind of CGI, or a game cutscene, but no, during castle construction, that square character was interacting with the chat, sometimes even showing things that other people asked, like an interactive movie. This got my attention a lot, so I decided to send a chat message asking if he had anything else besides the castle, and to my surprise, he answered my question by climbing the highest tower of the castle and turning the camera away from the wall. Guys, the man had built a giant farm with several animals, while telling us that it was to feed the people of his kingdom. I asked where the people of his kingdom were and he told me he would buy the server so people could join when the castle was ready. I was kind of confused by this, as I didn't know how he would make these people go to such a magical world. Until he got a bit tired of building and went into multiplayer mode. There was a giant city there with hundreds of other people. All were gamblers who laughed and had fun while chatting and playing in the lobby. Minecraft is magic. I just purchased the game and hope to participate in this magic with other players too. Upon finishing reading this great post, the elder was alarmed. If she claimed to be the second most powerful magic user on earth, no one would have the courage to claim to be the first. So seeing that these people were apparently going to another dimension left her alarmed, as she believed that even she could not do something like this with so many people and give them so much freedom. Curious, the crone searched for Ned the King on Google and found Ned's Twitch page, who luckily was online now playing Minecraft. Looking at the number of spectators, the elder was surprised. There were 1.4k people watching him playing this game, and the spectators were slowly rising, which meant that in a few hours it would be an even larger number. Looking at the live stream screen, she saw a small square man running in a square abandoned city. This little man held a stone axe as he opened a chest and began to laugh. Guys, I managed to find a diamond sword. We are going to win this game. Nate celebrated as people in the chat cheered with him, saying he was very lucky and could finally enter the ranking. The sword was translucent blue, which made it very beautiful and exquisite. After watching the sword, Ned ran to a place in the center of the map while looking at a compass and following the direction the compass was pointing. After 3 minutes he found another little square man, but this last one apparently had worse armor than Ned, and was much more tired than Ned, with the armor even having some flaws. Looks like he fought someone else recently. It's just the two of us left, this is our chance. Ned said excitedly to the chat as he ran to the tired man. The man didn't notice Ned until it was too late. Ned's sword pierced the man, making him blink red, but no blood came out. This was a game measure to show that the other player took damage, but not to scare people who were afraid of blood. The man died to Ned with a startled expression, until in front of Ned a screen appeared. Congratulations, player Ned the King. You completed 37 wins and took third place for most wins on the entire server. Do you want to appear in the ranking? Yes. Ned said excitedly before being teleported back to the lobby. There were hundreds of people there. Some were eating fruit and talking, others were sitting on the floor telling stories, others were advertising their own servers in the lobby. If no one knew what this was about, they would probably think this was a peaceful city from a distant world. But Ned didn't even pay attention to this. He quickly ran to the villager side that sent them to Hunger Games matches and noticed that one of the villagers' bodyguards had changed. It was a player in a yellow jersey with a little skin. Dark, completely wearing very nice bronze armor that wasn't available in the game, and above the player's head was a name. Ned the King. It's me, guys. I'm here too. Ned yelled excitedly at his viewers, which attracted the attention of players around who looked at him in confusion, but after realizing that he had the same name as one of the Hunger Games villager bodyguards, they soon understood that he had taken one of the top 3 spots recently and was excited about it, making people come to congratulate him. The crone watched all this with amazement. While watching this live stream, she tried to open a portal to that dimension and try to understand how it worked, but as much as she was seeing the place, she couldn't locate it at all. Not even she, one of the most powerful beings in the universe, couldn't understand or locate this place, as if it didn't exist. But the crone knew there was something else behind this game, and if she couldn't find anything about it, it only meant one thing: the person who made it was far more powerful than she was. This statement made the Ancient One uncomfortable, but with an open mind she decided to test this game called Minecraft, for the safety of humanity. Chapter 13, X-Men on Minecraft. Alex was shocked at the amount of sales. Minecraft. 1,321 games sold, $26,420. Available for withdrawal, $20,020. Average time played, 7 hours. Peak simultaneous players, 910. Total earned on servers sold, $456. Total won in VIPs, $3,960. Available gaming points, 1. $20,000, that's a lot of money. If I convert it to GP, it will give a total of 100 GP that I can withdraw at any time. Considering server and VIP earnings, 122 GP. I got rich. Alex was excited as he began to dance back and forth in his little cabin. Finally, I can stop eating cup noodles. Alex really loved the taste of cup noodles, but eating the same thing for 2 weeks was making him a little queasy. It had been a week since Minecraft multiplayer mode had been released and Alex was avoiding looking at the game's sales stats to feel a surprise, but he didn't think the game's sales amount would more than double this week. Following the amount of players making livestream Minecraft, in addition to word of mouth, the probability that the amount of copies sales will double this week is very high. Alex was excited as he analyzed the game's sales statistics. Today I will feast on celebration, Alex said excitedly as he opened the system store and prepared to choose a good meal. Shokugeki no Soma hamburger, 2 gaming points. Alex was looking at this option wondering whether or not he should buy it. If he converted the GPs to dollars, this burger would cost $400. It was a much higher price than he was used to paying for food, considering that each cup noodles cost 0.05 GPs. Today is a day of celebration, I should enjoy it. Alex thought hard as he bought this $400 burger. Looking at the packaging, it didn't look much different from the sandwiches he'd eaten in his previous world, but as he bit down, Alex could easily tell he felt an orgasm of flavors. This is worth every penny, Alex said as he panted after taking the first bite of that divine burger. While eating, Alex even forgot the things he constantly thought about the game he should improve. But as soon as he stopped eating, those thoughts came back to him again. He had an idea of something he could do to improve Minecraft to attract new players and keep retaining old players as much as possible. Kurt and 4 more X-Men had decided to buy a Minecraft server and $1. Initially they intended to buy a server for 100 players to accommodate as many people as possible, but he figured that too many people in a world could just become disorganized, so he and the top X-Men had decided to buy a server just for them. The team consisted of Kurt, Nightcrawler, Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat, Scott Summers, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Marvel Girl, and Anna, Rogue. They had formed this team to try to kill the dragon that existed in the game. They didn't know what the reward was for slaying the dragon, but they figured it would definitely be something very good, and the experience of fighting without their powers was something very new, which made the group's synergy evolve even more. Among the group of 5 players, 4 of them were extremely excited while playing Minecraft. Scott was so happy to be able to walk without having to wear sunglasses all the time. Your favorite ovals at nvlbin.com. Jean was happy that she didn't have to control her own powers within the game and was listening to other people's memories all the time. Kurt was glad he could have normal skin, not being a little embarrassed by the blue hairs that came out of him. And Anna was the most emotional person among them, as inside Minecraft she could touch other people without being afraid. Anna could tell that the happiest moments she's had in recent times have been inside Minecraft, especially being able to hug her friends all the time. It was something she had never felt before. She had purchased Minecraft because of Kurt's insistence that the game was a lot of fun. Unlike Kurt, Anna wasn't very fond of video games, but Kurt was so persistent and mysterious about it that she had no choice but to buy the game with some of the money she had saved. Upon entering the game, like any new player, she had been both frightened and amazed by this square and colorful world. Initially, she just wanted to play this a little bit to make Kurt happy, but after starting to play it for the first time, she only realized that she had spent 5 hours playing it after Kitty poked her in the back in real life while she was in the game world. As Kitty knew Anna's powers, she only touched the part that had clothes. But Anna's surprise came the next day, when she logged into the Hypixel server to meet with Kurt. When she entered the server, Anna was a little scared and lost. There were hundreds of square people walking around near her, and she was too scared to touch anyone. But at some point she felt a hand on her shoulder, and worse, that hand had lightly touched her bare neck. Frightened, Anna pulled away from the person's hand as she looked back, afraid she had killed the person who had touched her, but unlike what she imagined, the person was perfectly fine, as if nothing had happened. "I'm sorry, I shouldn't take your shoulder like that all of a sudden," the man said with an embarrassed smile as he scratched the back of his square head. Seeing that he was okay, Anna was shocked as she watched this man. He wore a brown shirt, with long black hair and a red cape that made him look like a hero in the game. "No problem, I just freaked out," she said a little shy as it was the first time someone had touched her and she didn't fall into a coma. "It's okay, it's my fault. I just saw that you were still wearing the female standard skin and decided to show you where you can change your appearance. But if you feel uncomfortable, there's no problem," the man responded with a smile. Anna looked over the top of this man's head and saw that his name was Notch, which was a name she had never seen before. "It's okay, you didn't feel anything touching me?" Anna asked, but soon realized the ambiguity of her words and added, "I say, aren't you feeling uncomfortable?" Notch was confused by her question and looked at his own square body before answering. "No. I feel like I'm perfectly fine, why?" Anna was shocked by this but responded quickly. "It's nothing, I was just worried that my fright had affected you." "Nah, I'm a tough person, it takes a lot scarier things to scare me, ha ha ha," Notch replied with a smile. Do you mind if I try to touch you?" Anna was very curious about this, and couldn't help but ask. But right away she noticed the ambiguity of her words again and complimented it with an apology. "I mean, the game is very different, I want to see what it feels like to touch here, to see if it feels like real life." Notch raised his eyebrows at this and felt it was plausible. After all, even his previous world's most advanced VR technology couldn't reproduce the touch sensation like current Minecraft did. "All right," he said with a smile as he held his hand out to her. Anna realized that she shouldn't have asked this, as in case something went wrong, she could leave this man in a coma, but her curiosity was consuming the girl. This was her first opportunity to touch other people without feeling so guilty, and if it really worked, this game could change her life. Still a little apprehensive, Anna was about to give up touching this man, until he suddenly reached out a finger and poked her wrist where the skin was exposed. Anna looked startled at the touch, then turned to the man worriedly. But seeing how he had a smile on his face like everything was fine, Anna's heart suddenly sped up. Chapter 22 is already released on Patreon. Patreon.com/nunuxt. Chapter 14, World Event. Kitty was worried as she looked around the big city of Hypixel. Everywhere she looked there were hundreds of square people laughing and talking as they walked together. The problem is that the friend she was expecting had difficulties with crowds, so she even started to believe her friend had given up and left, but luckily after a few minutes she saw a female character who clearly belonged to her friend. Long reddish-brown hair with a white streak on each side while wearing a black outfit. It was definitely her friend. "Hey Anna, where have you been?" Kitty asked Anna after reaching her. I was talking to a guy," Anna said with a smile as she reached out slowly and touched her fingertip to Kitty's arm. Initially Kitty was thinking about who Anna might have found, until she felt Anna had her finger touching her arm, which was a little weird, until she was extremely shocked as her eyes fluttered between Anna's finger and her face. Are you touching me?" Kitty cried out in emotion as she felt the touch of Anna's square fingers on her arm. Without thinking twice, Kitty opened her arms and gave Anna a big hug. "How are you doing this? Have your powers been nullified in this game as well?" Anna was smiling as she answered. "Yeah, remember the guy I said I was talking to? He tapped my shoulder to show me where I could change my appearance and I was a lot more shocked than you. This is amazing. People will be very excited about this news. Let's meet them," Kitty said excitedly as she took Anna's hand and led her to where the rest of the group was. Upon arriving where the rest of the group was, Anna was shocked by what she saw. All the other X-Men also had happy smiles just like her. Scott was very happy to be able to play without the glasses. Kurt was happy to have skin like other humans and Jean was happy not to hear the thoughts of anyone near them. After talking about their happiness at having their powers disabled in this world, the X-Men even forgot the main reason they came to this world, which was so they could play together. They didn't even remember it, and spent hours talking and exploring the hypixel, until something caught their attention. All Minecraft players saw a screen floating in front of them with text they had never seen before. Regardless of whether these players are playing multiplayer or single-player mode, everyone has received this notification. New World Event. Curious, Kurt clicked on this screen and saw an explanatory text appearing in front of him. World Event, Kill the Ender Dragon. The world of Minecraft is known for having beautiful landscapes with monsters of different species and dimensions. Just as in the overworld there are skeletons, in the nether there are the wither skeletons. But have you ever wondered where the Endermans came from? This monster does not originate from the overworld, but from a dimension called the End, which is protected by a powerful void dragon. Now, the villagers ask the humans for help in killing the mighty Ender Dragon. Players who kill Ender Dragon by the end of the event will receive a limited cloak with the dragon's face, plus a key to use the large hypixel portal for a different game mode. For those who fail to kill the Ender Dragon before the end of the event, they will no longer be able to receive the cape, but the key will still be available. On the altar next to the big portal in hypixel there is a space for the player to place an egg. Once an egg is laid, the player can choose 4 people to gain access to the new game mode as well. Time remaining, 6 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, 46 seconds. Kurt was shocked to see this ad. Previously they only had speculation about there actually being a dragon in the game, but now it has been proven that there really was one, and those players who manage to kill the dragon will be able to receive a limited cape from the game's first event. Just thinking about him sporting this cape to other players in the future made Kurt's smile light up. Hey, isn't this dragon the one we wanted to kill? Jean asked confused after finishing reading the game message. Yes, that's exactly it. Let's go to the server I bought. There I'll teach you the basics and we can start our adventure to kill this dragon. Kurt said excitedly. Let's go. Kitty also squealed excitedly, as she had so much fun with Minecraft. The other X-Men were a little confused by the sudden happiness these two were feeling, as this was their first time playing a game like this, and they didn't know the advantage of having a limited item from the first event of a game. If they had known that a cover like this could sell for tens of thousands of dollars, they would probably have been even more excited than Kurt and Kitty. Meanwhile, sitting in front of the computer was Alex, watching with a satisfied smile the players' reactions to the first event he was developing in the world of Minecraft. Alvest on n.o.vilin.cm. Chapter 15, Wakanda. Alex was watching with a satisfied smile the players' reaction to the first event he was developing in the world of Minecraft. Alex knew Minecraft had a big problem. The game didn't have a quest line, meaning new players never know what the game's objective is and most just do what they want for a while before they stop playing. This issue was resolved in Alex's previous world after players discovered that there actually is an objective in the game, namely, killing Ender Dragon. But to kill Ender Dragon players needed to do a lot of preparation before that, and discover some items they didn't even know existed. So, as Minecraft already had over 1,000 active players, Alex decided to speed up this process by encouraging players to kill Ender Dragon, which would make players research more about the game to understand how to progress, which would likely make a wiki of game being created. In addition to giving a satisfying prize to those who succeeded, it would be one of the most successful minigames from Alex's previous world. The dragon egg will be the first item that can be shipped between the single-player world and the multiplayer world. In Alex's previous world the dragon egg was of no use, but in his Minecraft it will serve as a key that players will struggle to obtain. Alex had just killed Ender Dragon in creative mode, as he didn't have much patience to do that in survival mode, as it didn't even give him a good reward, but here it would be different. This would be the player's first mission, and Alex was excited to see how this would develop. So far, Ned's livestream was the best way to know how players would react to it. In his livestream there were 400 viewers, and while he was reading the message on his floating screen inside the game, some viewers with faster reads had already finished reading and were commenting on the chat. What? Minecraft has a dragon. I can't believe, in a week whoever manages to kill the dragon will win a limited prize? I'll start playing now, bye guys. Damn. I was still in doubt whether I would buy Minecraft or not, but this event will be unique. I'll break my coin piggy and buy this game now. I bought the game today. Does anyone want to join me in killing the dragon together? I pay the server. I won't. Add me. Me either. Follow EW stories at nv.com. I'm going to buy now. Is there a problem? The players' reception for the event was better than Alex imagined. At this Minecraft pace it would spread even more, and that's exactly what he wanted. Suri was currently in the Wakanda Castle laboratory while doing some research on vibranium. Out of curiosity, She was researching how some ores interacted with each other, thinking about the possibility of using ores that could supplement vibranium for her brother's costume. Utilities for obsidian. She Googled to see if she could find any recent research with any findings that might be helpful to her, but unfortunately she was already on Google's second page and hadn't yet found any new articles that might be helpful. Until just before she closed the site, a publication caught her attention. Using obsidian to open a portal to hell. Suri knew that technology was something that moved very fast, but even she, Wakanda's greatest genius, couldn't think of how to use obsidian to make a portal, let alone go to hell. This post made Suri think this was just a post from some lunatic, but seeing that she didn't have much to do, Suri decided to click through to see what it was. Using obsidian to open a portal to hell. Hi guys, do you remember that a few days ago players didn't know what obsidian was used for? So, on Ned the King's live stream it was proven that obsidian can be used to make a portal to hell, and according to Minecraft news, there are some important monsters there to find Ender Dragon. For those who want to make a portal to hell, watch the video tutorial below. Suri was a little disappointed. She thought it would be a post of a lunatic talking a lot of nonsense, but actually it was just a player divulging information about a game. Despite this, Suri was a little curious to see what it was like. She had already tried the American games, but most of them were about war and destruction, which made her feel like it was too boring and stopped paying attention to it. But when she hit play, what appeared on her computer screen shocked Suri. There was a square man talking to a camera in a very natural way. He was using a translucent blue pickaxe to constantly hit a very tough-looking black ore, and after he hit for a few seconds, the ore broke and turned into a small block that floated on table position until man broke. Suri didn't even realize that he spent 10 minutes watching this video until the man built the portal and went into a dimension that really felt like hell. But what shocked Suri even more was when she started thinking about the technology involved in this. Unlike movies or games, everything she saw in the video looked real and alive. The human breathed very realistically despite being square, and the scenery rendering was perfect, even allowing her to see a mountain miles away. Away from the man who was recording the video. Without thinking twice, Suri Googled Minecraft and found this game in the biggest game store in the world. The price was only $20, which for the princes of the richest country in the world meant nothing, but what surprised Suri is that the file size was very small. The download was completed in less than 5 seconds. Initially she was frustrated thinking she had fallen for a false, but when she pressed to play, Suri felt that her perception of genius was being destroyed. The person who did this here is a real genius. She thought to herself as she started to play slowly. Chapter 16, Another Bold. Alex was very pleased with the growth of Minecraft, but he didn't know that the game was actually being the focus of a major agency to prevent it from spreading. The more than 1,000 players came only from people who told their friends about the game, as this agency was doing everything to prevent the game from being known. Initially they ordered the game store that was selling the game to take the game off the air, but the store said it didn't even know the game was there. They suspected that the developer of this game had hacked their website in order to sell the game itself, but after some time trying they found it impossible to remove that game. There was even an emergency maintenance on the store, taking all pages offline, but despite that, the game page was still available, as if it had its own dedicated host.all new hapters and nv.lbin.com. The government agency also tried to shut the game store down, but the same thing happened. The Minecraft page was still there, like it could hit that. Their only luck was that they were able to control their store's promotion so that the game didn't appear on the home screen or as a recommendation to players. The same was done at Twitch, the place where players could live stream playing. Neither the agency nor the site's developers were able to take down the players' live streams. But just like the game store, they managed to hide the live streams from these players, so no one would know about Minecraft. Unfortunately, in both cases, it was impossible to prevent the game from being known by other people, causing the amount of hits on both sites to increase every day. If this government agency weren't trying to keep Minecraft from making itself known, it's very likely that news programs or internet influencers would have already been talking about the game and getting hundreds of thousands of people to start playing it. Coulson, give me good news. Nick Fury said as he looked at Coulson as he entered his office. Sir, even Stark said he had no idea how to do something like that. In his words, if this had been done by a human genius, I would be the only one who could do it. Coulson said with a tired expression. He had been busy with the Minecraft mission for a week, where he had to find out who the creator of this game was, or at least some hint of it. So Stark thinks this was done by aliens? Fury asked curiously. He didn't say it was made by aliens, he just said he would be the only human who could do something like that. Coulson replied. This is within my suspicions. This technology is very advanced, to the point that I just believe it's alien technology, a mutant power, or magic, but among the 3 examples, the first to have a higher probability. Fury spoke his thoughts, which made Coulson raise an eyebrow in astonishment. There is a small piece of news, but I still haven't been able to confirm the basis for this. Coulson said in a slightly hesitant voice. Which is? Fury asked. Players say there is a player very different from the others. He was the first player to appear in Hypixel with a different skin, as well as being the first to find out about the skins, but unlike other players, he was treating it with a lot natural, as if it were no surprise, unlike how the other players were acting. His name is Notch. Coulson responded in a professional tone. Notch. Fury repeated this player's name so he could remember it in the future. After hearing Coulson's explanation, the best spy instincts in the world were screaming at Fury that there was something wrong with this person. Romanoff has already finished her mission with Stark, so you'll instruct her about Minecraft and make Notch's information available so she can contact him inside the game. Because he's a man, the chances of her finding something out of it will be higher. Fury gave an order that made Coulson nod his head before leaving the room. Fury was also doing his own investigations into the game. He had played both single-player and multiplayer modes. In the other world he had a black character, with black clothes and long black hair to match the outfit. If Xavier or the Crones saw Fury's character, they would know right away that he was just like them. As Fury explored the single-player world with his character, a transparent screen appeared in front of his face with a message from the game. A new update is available. Fury was curious about what would have changed in this world for such a sudden update to come. When exiting the game, he clicked Patch Notes to see what had changed. Minecraft version 1.0.4. The Dragon Slayer event has been updated, so a new feature has been added to the game. Item withdraw. Special items can be taken out of the game to the real world for a certain cost. Available items. Ender Dragon Cape, available to Dragon Slayer event winners. Gives whoever uses +1 charm. Strength Potion, available to the 20 players with the most wins in Hunger Games mode at the end of each week. Gives whoever uses +0.1 strength, cumulative. Lucky Potion, available to the 20 players with the most wins in Build Battle mode at the end of each week. Increases the probability of a little good thing happening during the day. Using more than one potion on the same day amplifies this effect. To make gaming even more fun, Hunger Games and Build Battle have received a duo mode, where players can team up with friends to play against other players. Duo wins will count as one win for each player. With these changes, we hope players will call friends to play our game modes together. We guarantee the rewards are better than you can imagine, and it will be as magical as Minecraft was the first time you decided to play. _Jib. Fury was shocked by this news. If what the game said is true, which he doesn't doubt it is after he's experienced the game himself, this will cause word of mouth to increase exponentially. Son of a bitch. Fury yelled inside his office. Chapter 17, Herobrine. As a bald man screamed in rage in an office, Alex chuckled with glee as he saw this option the system had made available to him. He could buy the Minecraft cape and potions in exchange for gaming points, but what surprised him even more was finding that he could give these things away to players. He could decide how these items were given away. Of course, the gaming points price of the prizes still existed. But who said Alex needed to pay for these gaming points? The players themselves could pay for it themselves. Alex found he could buy 2 bottles of potion for 1 gaming point, which made him even more surprised when he remembered the price of the sandwich he had paid. So that meant each potion bottle cost $100. Alex was willing to make players pay $50 for the potion bottle while he would pay for the other $50, which he was sure players would pay. Damn, even if I charged $1,000 for each bottle these players would want to pay. Alex said with a frustrated expression as he stared at the reflection of his shirtless body in the mirror. He had drunk a strength potion to test the result, and it was beyond his expectations. Each potion gave the user +0.1 points to their strength, and since the system said the average strength of an adult is 10 points, each potion is equivalent to increasing the strength of an average person by 1%. It may not seem like much to increase someone's strength by 1%, but thinking about it in the long run, if someone stays in the top 20 for 4 weeks in 3 months they will have their own strength increased by 12%. Alex knew that the competition for these potions would be fierce, as no one would want to let this opportunity pass. With this players would call their friends to play duo with them, which would make more players coming, more people commenting, and consequently even more people coming to play. As much as Alex would pay $2,000, 10 gaming points, per week, which is currently a great value, in a few months this will become negligible considering that more and more players are joining the Minecraft VIP, even just charging the monthly fee. VIPs Alex will be able to pay these gaming points for the potions and earn a significant profit from that. I could charge more for these potions, but I'm an honest game developer who doesn't want to exploit my players. I don't want to become an EA someday. Alex sighed as he stopped watching his own muscles in the mirror. The change the potion brought him after taking just one was not very significant, only slightly increasing the circumference of his arm, but by taking 10 potions, Alex saw that his arm really did grow a lot. If before he was like an ordinary young man, now he looks like a young man who trained for almost a year. Best of all, he didn't have to make any effort, just spend money and drink potions. If I remember correctly, Minecraft was a big hit in my old world, even while I was still in alpha. Why isn't it still selling so much in this world? All the players who played it were delighted with it. Alex sighed uncomprehendingly the reason. He had no way of knowing that the world's largest security agency was desperately trying to cover up his game for the world, since he didn't even know that agency existed. That subject aside, Alex opened Ned's live stream to see what the boy was up to. Find new stories on Webnovel-Bin.com. Peter, beware of the ghasts. If they attack you, use your sword to send their fireball flying back. Ned yelled to another player who was with him on the nether. Livestream's title was, The King Will Become a Dragon Slayer. Alex was amused by how Ned acted, but was surprised to see his friend in the game. As much as this friend of Ned's was wearing iron armor in the game to protect himself, Alex was shocked by the iron armor the boy was wearing underneath. More precisely, Ned's friend's skin was someone Alex liked a lot, Iron Man. When Alex saw that there were some players with Captain America skins, he thought it was a coincidence that players here also liked Marvel movies, and it was even more evident when he saw this player with the Iron Man skin. Hey, Iron Man really is a cool hero. It's comforting to know that this world is not that different from my old world. Maybe the comic books here are similar too. Alex wondered as he watched the two boys trying to break into a nether fortress. Until a brilliant idea came to Alex's mind. With a smile on his face, Alex entered Minecraft as another character. This time, instead of logging into the Notch account, Alex decided to use the character he liked a lot. This character's appearance was identical to Steve's appearance, apart from the eyes. While Steve had blue eyes, Alex's skin had no pupil, leaving only the white part of the eyes, which made everything even more frightening. Herobrine. That was the name of the account Alex was using, and with a smirk on his face, Alex decided to have fun while tormenting the players. To do this he hid the number tag from him, which other players couldn't do, and used some sounds that players never heard to create a sinister atmosphere in Minecraft. Many players had already been tormented by Herobrine in Alex's previous world, which makes many wonder if that was true or if it was just a troll wanting to deceive others. But in this world it will be different as both options will be correct, both Herobrine will exist, and it will be a troll wanting to have fun with the players. Start. Alex pressed the button to connect to Ned's server. Chapter 18. Have you seen the Herobrine? Ned was happy to be able to play with his friend Peter. As Peter had little money, since he used his internship money at Stark Industries to help Aunt May pay the house bills, there wasn't much left for him to use for fun, so Ned used the live stream's money to buy Minecraft for his friend. Peter was very happy to be able to play Minecraft, but what surprised Ned even more was how well Peter played. Strangely, Peter had very good reflexes. He could see monsters very easily, and had a lot of flexibility to dodge attacks or parkour across the map. Hey Peter, Blaze's spawns are up front, don't destroy the spawns, let's kill the Blazes to get the items they drop first, as we needed to find the Dragon's Lair. Ned said excitedly to Peter. He wanted to be one of the players who would finish Minecraft in that short time to get the limited cape. He couldn't quite understand how the cape could be delivered to him in the real world, but he figured the game company would ship it to players via mail. He had just started live stream today, but out of the 300 viewers he got in the first minute, the number was growing fast to get back to his average 1.2k viewers. This was a number that Ned couldn't even dream of, especially since he didn't even get publicity from the site, so all these people came from other people recommending it, or from people who were looking for random live streams around the site. Come on Ned. Let's be the first to kill the dragon. Peter said excitedly as he laughed and ran down the nether fortress. Yes. King Ned and Knight Peter will be first. Wahaha. Ned yelled as he pointed his sword up and laughed with Peter. But while they were killing the Blazes, something strange happened. Ned, did you call someone else? Peter asked a little scared. No, why? Ned was confused. I think I saw a person on the other side of the nether fortress. Peter said a little uncertainly. Someone else? You must have mistaken it for a pigman, that's normal. Ned replied nonchalantly. They continued killing the Blazes, until Peter saw this person once more, but this time a little closer than before. It was a Steve like the other players, but unlike the players, there was no name on top of that person's head, and his eyes glowed white. Hey, who are you? Peter yelled at this person, startling Ned once more. But before Ned saw it, as Peter's eyes blinked, the person disappeared again. Hey Peter, what's going on? Why are you yelling? I already said dude, it's just a pigman. Ned said, a little angry for being scared. No Ned, it was a Steve. Peter replied seriously. A Steve? Yeah, he was looking at us while his eyes sparkled. Peter explained. Meanwhile, the chat people were also confused. Has anyone logged into the server? There was no message in the chat saying that someone connected. Maybe it's just a bug. But Peter said it appeared twice. It would be weird if it was a 2x bug. Guys, is it a ghost? A ghost? Minecraft is not a horror game. But aren't ghosts ghosts? There are zombies, skeletons, it's not impossible to have a ghost. You are right. The number of people watching started to skyrocket with this mystery emerging. Of the 800 viewers that were before, it has now reached 1,400. Hey Peter, the chat people are thinking it's a ghost, is that it? Ned asked. A ghost? Could be. Peter said a little uncertainly. Find updated ovals on NV Elbin.com. For the next few minutes that thing didn't show up again, which made Peter, Ned and chat more relaxed. Until suddenly, as they walked through the nether fortress looking for chests, everything went dark. A horror song with a female voice started playing in the background, which made it all the more frightening. Have you seen the Herobrine? Roams your world in the default skin. Oh. Though he was removed, he shall rise again. Watching you from a distant shore. He'll come back stronger than before. Oh. When the darkness comes, he will strike for sure. Ned panicked. He was terrified of horror games, and what was happening now was exactly what happened in horror games before the protagonist died. Peter, run to the portal. Ned screamed in despair, completely ignoring the chests he could get. In the fog is where he waits. Even up to these present dates. Oh. If you go against him, you will meet your fate. Watch your back, you know where he hides. He can come at you from all sides. Oh. Miner beware, he will never die. Peter was also very scared and started running with Ned to cross the portal back to the overworld. The portal was in a beautiful green forest, so they knew that once they went through the portal this ghost would not appear anymore. But when they saw their surroundings, Ned and Peter were shocked into place. The forest that used to be green and beautiful, with many leaves on the trees that provided some shade in the place, was now completely dry. The leaves on the trees disappeared, leaving only the square trunks standing. But what scared the two of them most was what they could see from afar. A player with Steve's skin was standing watching them with bright white eyes. Standing like a statue, not moving a muscle as he stood among the trees in the forest. Ned and Peter were also frozen. They've never been so afraid of anything in a game in their life. Mainly because Minecraft doesn't look like a game, so seeing something so scary in person in front of them was terrifying. Suddenly a bolt of lightning fell from the sky. ****. And when the lightning hit the ground, the leaves of the trees magically returned to normal, and the player who watched them from afar had disappeared. Chapter 19, Help. What the fuck? Ned wondered aloud, confused and scared. I don't know. Peter also said, confused. Meanwhile, in Ned's live stream chat there was confusion among the viewers. Hey guys, what the fuck? Fuck. I have no idea. Minecraft is also a horror game. What movie is this? This is not a movie, it's a game called Minecraft, it's on Steam. This is a game. I thought I was watching a horror movie. Did anyone understand that song that was playing? I heard some Herobrine and some confusing stuff. Herobrine is the name of this player. Is this a player? I thought it was a monster. Maybe this is a Minecraft monster. It's quite possible, since he had his own music. Various theories were popping up among Ned's viewers. People were stipulating whether this was a hacker or a monster. People even cut that part of the live stream and started posting it on other sites so that other people could also see what they saw. Within hours, this subject became trending. Herobrine, a movie, a game, a monster, a ghost, no one knows. It was the most viewed post about Herobrine. Even though S.H.I.E.L.D. was desperately trying to prevent users from accessing these articles, but apparently everything related to Minecraft was impossible to delete, the only thing they could do was prevent this publication from being recommended by the site's algorithms. But that didn't stop other players from telling friends and sending the links directly for them to join and see. The publication was already with over 100,000 views and was rising rapidly. The comments were diverse. Is this a new movie they're making? Why are the characters square? I have to admit, even though it's weird to see these square characters, their animations are very realistic. The developers of this movie must have spent a lot of money to use motion capture on it. Guys, this is not a movie, it's a game called Minecraft. You can look it up on Steam and you'll find the game so you can play and try it out too. This isn't even a cutscene of the game, but true gameplay. A game? I'll search. But suddenly, a print appeared in the comments of this publication, leaving players a little relieved. Minecraft minor update. Herobrine has been removed. Some players who didn't know about Herobrine were confused and went researching it to see what this removed Herobrine was, but when they saw what it was, they were very happy that it was actually removed. Damn, that was scary. If I had been playing and this happened to me, I would have had a heart attack. I'm glad Herobrine didn't show up to me while I was playing. Find updated ovals on nvlbin.com. Damn, I wanted to see this Herobrine with my own eyes, he looked so cool. Me either. It must be fun to play a horror game on Minecraft. Has anyone found a server with this theme? I'm going to change my Minecraft skin to Herobrine skin hair. When Alex logged on to Hypixel the next day, dozens of players were wearing a Herobrine-like skin. Of course, their eyes were different, as Herobrine's eyes had no pupils and glowed, while players could only make their pupils white. But that was enough for them to enjoy themselves. Several players asked to take pictures with these people with Herobrine skins to post on social media. Alex noticed that the number of Minecraft sales had increased a lot. Of the 1,900 units sold the day before, today it had 7,000 units sold. In order not to make Hypixel chaotic, Alex programmed so that only players with 2 hours of single-player mode could use multiplayer mode, making the number of players in Hypixel not so crowded yet. Really, good publicity for the game is really always done by the players themselves. If I had been trying to do paid advertising, it probably wouldn't have attracted so many people, but by making a mystery to the players, they were already spreading the game to their friends. Alex thought with a smile as he flew over the Hypixel. The atmosphere among the players was very good. There were many players desperately playing Hunger Games and Build Battle, while other players tried their best to kill Ender Dragon, but still, there were casual players who just hung out in the lobby chatting with friends and having fun when exploring the big city from the server. Seeing these people happy, Alex thought it was worth developing Minecraft. Just as it was happy for a cook to see the dishes he made being enjoyed by people, for a game developer the same thing happened to seeing people having fun in the games he made. After a while, Alex spotted a well-known person walking around the city of Hypixel with a curious and shy look. With a smile on his face, Alex flew into an alley that was empty of Hypixel and became visible again. Walking casually through town, Alex, coincidentally, bumped into the person he had noticed. Anna was startled when someone bumped into her, but seeing who it was she felt better. Notch, she said happily. Hi Anna, what a coincidence. Notch said with a smile. Yes. I was looking for the banner to buy VIP, but with so many new people showing up I felt a little uncomfortable. She said as she scratched the back of her neck. Ah yes, don't worry, it's a few meters in that direction. If you want I can accompany you there. Notch said with a smile as he reached for her. Anna was a little surprised by how he was acting, since even playing Minecraft for a few days, she was still not used to physical contact with other people. After all, habits of a few years can't disappear in a few days, not to mention she must still maintain this habit in the real world. But still, she decided to enjoy this experience of holding a man's hand while walking around town for the first time. Cheeks slightly red-stained, Anna took Notch's hand and followed him as she enjoyed the sensation. It took them 3 minutes to walk from where they were to where the VIP banner was, but in Anna's mind it was only 3 seconds. They didn't say anything to each other in that time, but they both enjoyed the silence as something comfortable. So much for Anna, who hasn't had any contact with a man like that for years besides her first boyfriend, who she left in a coma after a kiss. So much for Alex, who had only dated a farm girl in his previous life, but because they don't match, they broke up in just a week. Here we are. Notch said with a smile to Anna. Thanks. She thanked him with a smile that Alex found quite cute. Anna? A voice asked in surprise. You know me? Anna asked, confused as she looked at a man with long hair pacing back and forth. Oh, you're that public school teacher. Notch said with a smile after recognizing the man. Chapter 20, Mutant's Thoughts. Oh, you're that public school teacher. Notch said with a smile after recognizing the man. Hearing Notch say that made Charles confused for a few seconds, until he realized he hadn't told Notch his true identity, which must have made Notch think he was just an ordinary public school teacher. Hello Notch, didn't expect to find you here. Charles said with a smile. Me neither. Notch replied with a calm smile. Charles felt a little worried around this player, as he imagined that this player was actually the creator of this game, that is, someone very powerful. He had already encountered many powerful beings during his journey around the world and the research he did, powerful mutants, powerful humans. He even heard of some beings with powers far above normal, like demons.visit novelbin.c.m for updates. For someone to be strong enough to make a world like this Notch must have the power comparable to a demon, or similar to it, something people think of as the gods. As much as gods may seem unreal beings, Charles has already researched a lot about Apocalypse, who was also considered a god, so for him this was not something far to imagine. Fortunately, Notch apparently didn't have the malice for people like Apocalypse did, so Charles didn't treat him like an enemy just yet. I didn't know you were playing too, Professor. Anna interrupted Charles' internal monologue with a surprised expression. Just as you have your shortcomings nullified here, so do I. Charles responded with a smile as he stretched his legs and pointed at it. When he learned that Anna and Scott had so much freedom in Minecraft, he was also very happy. After all, after looking for so many ways to help his two students, he only managed to design the glasses for Scott but nothing for Anna. Oh, is he your teacher? Notch asked in surprise with a raised eyebrow. Yes. Anna replied with a small smile on her face. She was quite happy at school for mutants, but was still afraid to tell normal humans that she was a mutant, for fear of suffering attacks because of it. So Minecraft was approved? Alex asked with a small smile as he looked at the professor. Yes, so far there is nothing dangerous in the game, and as the school I teach is for special children, seeing that they can act normally here in the game was held in high regard. Charles responded with a smile at Notch. That's good, it amuses me to see so many people to play too. Notch said with a smile. Anyway, I have some business to take care of, I hope you have fun. Bye, Notch. Anna said with a smile. Goodbye, Notch. Charles also said goodbye. As soon as Notch left, Anna wore a worried expression as she approached Charles. Teacher, is it okay to tell him we are from a school for special children? He's one of the few normal people who treats me well. Charles smiled at Anna's concern. Don't worry, Anna, from what I've talked to him about, he doesn't seem like a person who cares about that, and from the way he treats me, he apparently believes I'm just a public school teacher. That's nice. Anna smiled once more before heading to the VIP banner. Charles noticed Anna's smile and couldn't help but sigh. He knew that his students were usually happy at the school for mutants he had built, but even so, the students' concerns were always very evident. Seeing Anna smile was already something very rare, but since she started playing Minecraft, she started to smile more and more, to the point of changing some of Charles' beliefs. I worried so much about this game, but it would be cruel to stop students from playing Minecraft. A place where they can act normally, without worrying about finding out they're mutated. When will humans stop seeing us as something bad? He thought a little sadly. Meanwhile, Kurt, Kitty, Scott and Jean had already made a portal to the Nether and were killing blazes there to get enough materials to find the dragon. They all had full diamond armor and had trained the game mechanics a lot to be able to fight relatively safely. Damn, when will Anna come in? Kitty asked a little breathlessly as she tried to breathe in Nether's warm air. She said she was going to buy a cape at Hypixel to look prettier in the photo we are going to take after killing the dragon. Kurt replied as he organized his backpack. What? Kitty and Jean yelled in surprise that they hadn't thought of it. We have to go too. The two girls yelled before disconnecting from Kurt's server to go to Hypixel to buy capes to use in the photo, leaving only Kurt and Scott there. Hey man, don't you think girls are acting a little different these days? Kurt asked Scott, confused. You still don't understand. Scott replied as he sighed and sat down in a corner of the Nether fortress. What? Kurt asked, confused. You know, you have that watch the professor made for you to disguise your appearance, but we have a lot of limitations out of here. I couldn't even remember what the colors were like before I got into Minecraft, as I always had to wear those ruby glasses. Jean couldn't meet other people without reading their superficial thoughts, and Anna, I don't even need to say much. Scott said as he pointed to his own eyes. Our life here is different, right? Kurt said with a sigh. Yeah, while in the real world we are seen as monsters, here we are just normal people. Seeing girls being able to act like normal girls is also comforting, after all, that's what we fight for, right? Scott said with a smile. Yes, to be seen as normal. Kurt smiled too.